Okay, Gemini, you're the final sign in this series. This new series is called After the Breakup, and we're here to find out what is God's suggestion to those of you who are seeking the power to begin anew after a breakup. Okay, so you're the only one left, you're last but not the least. So let's find out. What we're gonna do is find out the messages from these two decks, and then I'm going to read you a more in-depth understanding from their corresponding books. And then I have three other decks that I'm going to get extra messages from for you, so that you can really have as much clarity as I can afford to bring you in making this new start. Okay? So we're gonna start. What suggestions do you have for the Gemini, please, Most High, to begin anew after the breakup? Suggestions for those who are seeking the power to begin anew after breakup. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have Seek Hidden Treasure. Oh. We might have to look into that one too. So, the first card to come out for you is Go with the Flow. The next card, oh, there's several of them. You're being guided to make necessary sacrifices also. So go with the flow, make necessary sacrifices, face your shadow, keep your commitments, live your soul, not a role, and ask with sincerity. Okay. Seek hidden treasure. I feel like I should start with giving you a bit more in-depth understanding on that message, because that's the underlying issue and it seems very mysterious to me, and therefore I feel the need to shed some light on that for you. Seek hidden treasure. So we're gonna look into these cards. Oh, first let's pull the cards from the other deck. Sorry, moving ahead of myself. The Seek Hidden Treasure has excited me, to be honest. Okay. What's the advice from this deck for the Geminis, please, Most High? Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have doubt. Oh, it says, I release the need to know all the answers. Okay. Ooh, and under that we have worry. And then we have denial. And then we have adversity. But then after that we have growth. Wow. There's a lot going on, Gemini. So I definitely am going to look into the Seek Hidden Treasure because I want to give you as much understanding as I could possibly give you so that you can make good decisions, you know. All right, so let's look into the Seek Hidden Treasure card. Under that we have accept what is dying. We have imagine solutions. And we have focus on success. After that we have speak up. And then we have raise your vibration. And once you've raised your vibration, express that joy, you know. And then laugh at your demons. Your demons are also face your shadows. This card and the face your shadow card is basically the same thing. And the last one I'm going to show you is do all things in moderation. All right. So I feel that all that was important for you to hear, because there seems to be a very heavy load that you're bearing right now. So all right, so let's look into the Seek Hidden Treasure, see what we can learn from it. Okay, Seek Hidden Treasure. It says your divine energy. Oh, I was looking at the wrong place. Your divine energy is calling you to slow down and take a deeper look at the present situation. Overcome your tendency to judge too quickly and miss what's really true. Beyond the surface of life lies hidden treasure. You will see clearly if you observe with an open heart and mind. Okay, so this one is it's encouraging you to slow down first of all and look at the situation that you're facing. Yeah, look at the situation properly. Overcome your tendency to judge too quickly, because it will make you miss what's really true. Okay, so slow down, do not judge, be an observer for now. Just observe, don't pass judgments, because it's one thing for people to do something, but the reasoning behind that makes the situation, it could turn the situation on its head, you know. It's like if someone kills somebody, they could go to jail, but if it's self-defense, do they really warrant going to jail? Are they deserving of going to jail if it's self-defense? All right, so don't judge. Don't judge. You need to gather all the information that you can before you can make a final decision, okay? So that is that. So that's the underlying issue. Not being judgmental, okay? You need to observe at this time and really take in what's happening, okay? And you're being urged to go with the flow. That's the first card that came out. So let's find the go with the flow. Okay, so go with the flow. It says your divine energy is calling you to recognize, respect, and embrace everything in the flow of life. Accept that you don't have influence over outer events, but you do have control over how you respond to these events. The more detached you are, the more peaceful your soul will remain, no matter what unfolds. So yeah, you're being urged to just be an observer for now. Take time to look at the situation around you. Okay? Now make necessary sacrifices. That's the next card to come out. Let's see what information we can glean from that. Make necessary sacrifices. It says your divine energy is calling you to sacrifice short-term conveniences for longer-term gains. For every step you take toward your heart's desire, you must step away from the comfortable routine of the moment. The rewards are there if you make the effort. So right now you're being encouraged to look at your long-term goals, okay? My feet are freezing. I need to put them by the heater. Okay, so yeah, the next one is face your shadow. Okay, this one says your divine energy is calling you to recognize your shadow and take responsibility for the pain and misery that it's inflicting upon you and others. There is nothing happening that enough self-love and compassion for all will not relieve. Now is the time to acknowledge your fear and neediness and kindly bring your inner darkness into the light of self-love and acceptance. So, you're being guided there to take responsibility for the pain and misery that your shadow self is inflicting upon yourself and others. You know, if there's someone that you have to deal with and you have to admit your wrongs, admit your wrongs. We're only human, you know. We're only human, so feel free to admit your wrongs. And if someone cannot accept that, then you have released yourself of the karma. Just know that you have released yourself of the karma. Okay? Because if they choose to stay in that negative mode with you, then they have now called that karma upon themselves. Because now they're in offensive mode. You see? So make peace with those who you have to make peace with. And take your time. Okay? So it says keep your commitments. That's the next one. Okay, this one says your divine energy is calling you to embody integrity and humility in your communication and in your intentions. Embrace and respect your spiritual responsibilities and be fair in your dealings with others. See? Okay, the next one is live your soul, not a role. This one says your divine energy is calling you to connect with others in an authentic and available soul-to-soul way, recognizing the things you share in common, and avoid false role-to-role interactions that create distance and misunderstanding. So this one is calling for you to engage in more authentic relationships with people who are true to their self and being true to you. Yeah? Which don't mean that everybody's gonna be 100% true, because I mean everybody's entitled to a private life, but there's a certain level of authenticity that is respectable when dealing with others. So yeah, those are the people that you're being called to deal with right now. And the last card to come out from this book is Ask with Sincerity. It says your divine energy is calling you to be receptive to support of the universe by the opening Oh, wait, sorry, I read that part wrong. Your divine energy is calling you to be receptive to the support of the universe by opening your mind. Are you prepared to listen to higher direction, even if it means a change of plans or considering a new outlook? If so, then the answers and guidance will be revealed. But if you're not ready to listen, you're gonna miss it and remain in the same negative atmosphere as you are at the moment. So, be ready to open your mind. Be receptive to the support of the universe by opening your mind. Be prepared to listen to the higher direction, even if it means a change of plans or considering a new outlook. All right? That's your advice. So now we're going to get the meaning of the doubt card. So doubt came out. It says, I release the need to know all the answers. Doubt. Let's get a deeper understanding of this card. It says, it's impossible for the human brain to comprehend the mysteries of the universe. You are only consciously aware of the 3 dimensions for a reason, and that is to learn to love without the full awareness of your connection to spirit. Everyone has his or her own personal path to this awareness, and there is no right or wrong answer as long as your goal is to manifest the energy of love and compassion. The wisdom of the divine trickles into the physical dimension, and some of it will resonate with your soul and some will not. These are your signposts that guide you to your correct path. If the wisdom resonates with you and seems right, then keep it. If not, release it back to the universe. Always be aware and mindful of the insights that your spirit guides and teachers put on your path. Yeah, got that? All right. Whoa. Let's see the additional messages. So yeah, great advice to get you on the right path, Gemini. I think it's undeniable. I hope you find it undeniable too. And if you need the courage and the strength and the wisdom to do it, you can always ask your hierarchy. That's God or your angels, because all sorts of people believe in all sorts of things. So whatever that higher power is that you put your faith in, you ask that entity. All right? Ask for the guidance and the wisdom and the courage to make these changes, because they're in your best interest. All right? So what other advice do you have for the Gemini to begin anew? Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we simply have celebrations. Yeah, so let's see what's underneath of that. Abandonment. So you know what you have to leave behind. What thinking, people, places, and things you have to leave behind. After you leave those things behind, you have laughter, abundance, truthfulness. That's those authentic relationships, you know. Instead of role to role, you have soul to soul relationships. I like that. Yeah. So, yeah, reject any identities that don't come with divine love. All right, so that's the advice from this deck. So once those changes are made, you'll be able to celebrate and have that successful new beginning. And it takes time. Remember, it takes time. So don't pressure yourself. But in the meantime, remember to express your joy. Find those things that you have a great love for, you know. Simple things like movies, going, I don't know, to the beach, take us to swim in a pool, read a good book, you know, play with your children or your cousins, or, you know, spend time with people you love and work on these changes slowly, you know. Additional messages for the Gemini, please. What do you have to say to them from this deck? Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have Justice. So it says, take the time to review the details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. Okay, so the first card to come out is Ego. It says, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. And after the Ego, we have the Star. It's advising you to look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. So like you see with the with the celebrations cards and that whole storyline behind that, once you do these things, then you definitely have reason to look to the future with hope and optimism, because you have the power of faith to move mountains, and you will gain those happy changes that bring relief from these present challenging times. I hope you got that. Press rewind if you didn't. Okay, so we have one more deck to bring you messages from, and then we're gonna bring your reading to a close for this segment, for this series. So, what messages do you have for the Gemini from this deck, please? Focus is recovery. All right. Meditation brings answers. Forgiveness. Shall I go on? It's the same message. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to make things right. Okay? So, the universe is on your side at this time, willing and able to give you all the help that you need to be successful in beginning anew. All right? With all the people that you want to make amends with. Yeah, so don't hesitate to ask for the help and the guidance that you want. Speak clearly, communicate clearly with those whom you are interacting with. Okay? Communicate clearly with yourself first of all. And then you'll be able to communicate clearly with others. So I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this reading has been helpful to you, and I do wish you the very best in the future with your challenge that you have here. And remember, the Star. Look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains. Be happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. Okay? So whatever that entity that is that you believe in, you speak to it. It is willing to help you. All right? Thank you very much and take care.